Now that you've been familiarized with the Tavant interface, we'll go over how to perform some advanced system searches and create custom views for your search folders. Creating custom views is especially useful in regard to keeping track of the status of your claims, so we'll walk through that process first during this section of the video. Let's revisit the sidebar for a minute that we previously discussed in the earlier video. You'll notice that there is a subsection in each header called Search Folders. Within Search Folders, you'll have two options: Defined Search Query and Predefined Search. Defined Search Query allows you to search for several Tavant or claim parameters with the use of logical operators such as is exactly, is not, contains, or does start with. We'll take a quick look at how this works now. Start by navigating to and expanding the claim sidebar and click Defined Search Query. In the Defined Search Query screen, click the Add Row button and you'll now see a row has been added with 3 input fields. Click the drop-down menu in the first field, which if you're in the claim section of the sidebar should read Assigned to by default. In this example, we'll choose to search for the work order invoice number parameter. Next, we'll choose an operator to search by. Click the drop-down menu in the second field, which will read Starts with by default. For this example, let's select the Contains operator. Next, we need to tell the system what exactly that we're looking for. In the third field, which should always be blank, let's enter the values that we're looking for, which in this example, we'll use 1, 2, 3. Now that we've got all 3 fields filled out, let's verify the results we should expect to see. Beginning from left to right, we should expect to see claims that have work order or invoice number values containing the values 1, 2, 3. If you like, you can add multiple rows to your search by clicking the Add Row button again. A new row will appear with the same options as before. We're going to keep this example simple, however, so let's delete the new row that we created by clicking on the small X icon to the right of the row. We're now ready to search. Click the Execute button to see the results. When the screen loads, we can see that we have 4 claims that appear in our results. However, notice that the work order or invoice number is not included in this current view. Currently, we are in the default search view, which may not include information that you find pertinent to your search. Instead, let's create a custom view that will feature what we're more interested in seeing in regard to checking the status of our claims. While in the Defined Search screen, click the drop-down menu in the header that says Actions. Then click Create View. This will open the Create Inbox View screen. First, give your new view a name. For this example, we'll call this our Claim View. The next thing we notice are 2 boxes on the left and right of the screen. The boxes to the left of the available fields, and the fields to the right, the selected fields, will be the columns that will populate your new view. Currently, the selected fields are empty, so we need to move some of the available fields over to populate them. To do this, first click on a field in the available field box. Then, click the top arrow button to move it over to the selected fields box. Notice that the arrow buttons point left and right. The right pointing arrow will add fields to the selected field box, and the left pointing arrow will remove them. Also notice the drop-down menu in the bottom left of the screen labeled Default Sorting Criteria. Claim number is the only option available. This serves as the key identifier for each record in your view, meaning that the claim number field will always appear as the first field in your view, so no need to manually move it to the selected fields box. Let's continue to add our desired fields to the selected fields box. For this example, let's use the following fields for our claim view: claim status, work order number, amount asked, amount credited, claim date, and filed by. After you've chosen the fields, you can then select the default sorting order for this view. Let's stick with the descending options for now, so we can see the most recent claims first. When the view has been configured to your liking, click the Submit button. The page will reload, and you'll see our previous search results from before, but now the records appear in the new claim view that we created. We can now see that we do in fact have claims with work order or invoice numbers that contain the values 1, 2, 3. If you would like to switch back to the default view or toggle between other views that you've created, you can select them by clicking the View drop-down menu and selecting your preferred view. Additionally, notice the two buttons to the right of the View drop-down menu. In any Tavant view, you have the option to export the view to an Excel spreadsheet and to refresh the table at any time if you expect to see new records. The Excel export option is especially useful if you're responsible for notifying someone within your organization as to the status of your warranty claims. Now that we've seen how to create a custom view within a defined search query, let's take a look at what a predefined search entails. First, exit out of the current defined search query by clicking the X in the Search tab. Next, navigate back to the Claims section of the sidebar and now click the Predefined Search option under Search Folders. The main difference between defined search query and predefined search is essentially that predefined searches do not involve the logical operators that a defined query offers. However, there are more granular parameters to choose from in a predefined search that allow you to really fine-tune your searches. When you can, take a moment to go over all of the available search parameters and see which ones appeal to you. You also have the option to save your search. After selecting the desired options and providing some input in the fields, if you scroll to the bottom of the screen, you will see a radio button labeled as Save Search. Click the button and give the search a name. Alternatively, it is also possible to run this search wide open and ensure that all claims are included in the results. To do this, do not fill out or select any of the available fields, scroll to the bottom of the screen and hit Search. The page will populate with all of the claims submitted under your company's account to date. You'll also notice that the claim view that we created earlier in our defined search query is being utilized by default. The created views can be utilized in both the defined and predefined search functions. Now that we've seen both ways to search for a claim and create custom views, let's take a look at the quick search options available on the home screen. As previously mentioned in the user interface overview section at the beginning of the video, you can perform more concise searches using the quick search features. The inventory option will allow you to search for a serial number, and the claim option will allow you to search for a specific claim number. The claim number quick search option is especially useful when you receive an email notification regarding the status of one of your claims. For example, let's input the claim number of an existing claim in this field. Then, click the View button to be taken to the claim. We can now see the status of this claim and all other details regarding the claim. This concludes the section of the video on how to perform system searches and create custom views. The next section will show you how to report a serial number that is missing in Tavant to the Hussmann OEM warranty department for use in a warranty claim. Thank you for viewing.